After 5 months on the road and a wonderful month in northern Thailand, we were looking for a place to slow down, somewhere with beaches, nature, and a break from constant movement. Ko Lanta seemed like the perfect choice, but when we arrived, well, it wasn't exactly love at first sight.
Today we moved from Krabi to Ko Lanta. We are just tidying up the condo here, and we have our transportation coming in about 5 minutes.
Our journey to Ko Lanta started with a 3-hour transfer. This included a van ride to the ferry port, the ferry, which had a few stops along the way, and then another tuk-tuk ride once we arrived in Ko Lanta. The process was smooth enough, and at the pier we were asked to pay a small environmental fee, 10 baht per person, which is about 60 cents for both of us. Rather than jumping straight into a tuk-tuk, we decided to grab lunch first near the pier. That gave us a chance to take in the atmosphere, and our first impressions of Ko Lanta were mixed. It felt a little rougher around the edges than other places we had visited, but we kept an open mind. What we didn't realize at the time was that Ko Lanta had also been hit with an unusually rainy start to the dry season. We arrived expecting sunshine, but instead we got what the locals call dry rain, a constant light drizzle that made everything feel a bit muted. For our time on the island, we stayed at Freedom Estates, a small property with just 6 bungalows. And honestly, this was a highlight of our stay. The bungalow had everything we needed: air conditioning, a full kitchen, and a spacious porch that doubled as our monkey watching station. This felt like a great deal as we had daily room cleaning, fresh towels, and fresh water delivered to us for under $40 a night. Having a kitchen again was a game changer. After months of eating out, I was excited to make my morning smoothie bowls. And Jimmy wasted no time throwing together a stir-fry with as much meat as he wanted. Ko Lanta is known for its laid-back vibe, but at first we struggled to connect with it. We were staying in the Long Beach area, which is a popular choice, but for us it didn't quite click. The roads were under construction, making it tricky to walk anywhere, and the area just felt a bit dirtier than we expected. We quickly found ourselves drawn to other parts of the island. We loved Klong Kong Beach for its quiet atmosphere.
One of the things we have really enjoyed doing here in Ko Lanta is just taking nightly walks along the beach on the nights when it wasn't rainy. Most of the time we just walk across the street from our accommodation and walk along Long Beach. Tonight we decided to get on the bike and head south a little bit to a different beach.
We also like Klong Dao Beach for its long stretches of sand.
Today we made it to Klong Dao Beach. It's on the northeast side of Ko Lanta. It's close to up where the pier is. It's sunny and cloudy today, so not too bad temperature-wise. I think this area is probably a bit more touristy, but it doesn't feel overcrowded. It's a nice wide beach, and I don't know, there's something about it that feels just a little bit more authentic than to the beach where we're staying down at Long Beach. Just my opinion.
But even with daily beach visits, they didn't exactly stand out to us. Maybe it was the gray skies, but they felt just fine. On the rare sunny days, though, they transformed. The water turned bright turquoise, the sand looked softer, and for a moment, we could see why so many people love it here.
This right here is what I've been dreaming about, getting to a beach in Thailand with the beautiful sand, the beautiful blue ocean, but I don't want to sugarcoat it because to get to the beautiful sand and ocean, you're also walking through a lot of trash and rubbish, and that could be brought in naturally from the ocean. It could be storms brought it in, or it could just be humans disposing of things. I'm not quite sure, but for every dream location, there is another reality to consider as well.
The thing that really changed how we experienced Ko Lanta was renting a scooter. At first, we tried walking, and it's doable, but not the most enjoyable experience. And tuk-tuk rides, they add up fast at around $5 to $7 per trip. Once we had a scooter, the island opened up to us in a whole new way. We could explore at our own pace, find quiet beaches, and take spontaneous rides across the island. And honestly, this is what I'll remember most about Ko Lanta. I love the feeling of hopping on the back of the scooter, Jimmy at the wheel, and just riding. There's something about cruising down an empty road with the ocean on one side and the jungle on the other that makes you feel completely free. My absolute favorite place on the island was Ko Lanta National Park. I made a whole video about it that you can watch for more details. But to sum it up, it had everything I love. Stunning beaches, a short but beautiful hike, and the iconic lighthouse view. If I had to pick one must-do on the island, this would be it. We also enjoyed riding out to Lanta Old Town on the east side of the island. It has a completely different feel, quiet, colorful, and full of little shops and waterfront restaurants. It's worth the ride out if you're looking for a change of scenery.
We've been out and about today, just driving around on the scooter. No real destination in mind, and we found ourselves on the east side of Ko Lanta, so we stopped at the old town and we're here at the pier now.
And up north in the Saladon area, there's a lot happening with night markets, restaurants, and some great sunset spots. Food-wise, Ko Lanta has a mix of local and Western options. Since we had a kitchen, we did a lot of cooking with fresh ingredients from the markets. There's a Lotus and 7-Eleven for your basics, but I really enjoyed shopping at Lanta Mart and the local markets. And then, of course, there was the downtime. Lots of it. Between the rainy days, catching a parasite, which was a whole ordeal I cover here, and just feeling the need to pause, we spent a lot of quiet time in Ko Lanta. And maybe that's the best part about this island. It's a place where you don't have to do much. You can just be. By the time we left after 2 weeks, Ko Lanta had grown on us. But it also made us rethink our plans. Instead of heading to Phuket for our final week, we decided to go back north to Chiang Mai, which completely shifted the rest of our travel route. Our final journey off the island was in a shared van to the airport, which wasn't the most comfortable ride. If comfort matters to you, then I would say it's worth looking into a private transfer. So, would I recommend Ko Lanta? I don't know. It wasn't our favorite place in Thailand, but I see why people love it. It's affordable, relaxed, and easygoing. If you're looking for a place to slow down, it might be perfect. But if you're after something more lively or scenic, you might want to look elsewhere. And don't forget to consider the weather. Then again, you may just have to see it for yourself.